हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा माता जी। Mataji, you're on mute.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Smriti, Srishti, and Nivedita for doing wonderful kirtan. It was very nice and divine. Thank you again. And
Hare Krishna Mataji.
yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Mataji.
to everyone. Yes. So we welcome you all today session. We are going to have this new session on Bhagavad Gita. And as promised, we are going to start reading Bhagavad Gita now every day. And not every day, means shloka by shloka, twice a week. So there was some confusion, and we had given the option for 7 to 8 and 8 to 9 timing. But we got the mixed reaction. So that's the reason we are doing it in between like 8 to 9 India time. And right now today. And the days wise also, some of you opted for the weekday and some of you opted for the weekend. So we thought we will have one day in the weekday and one day in the weekend. Is that okay to everyone? Please share your thoughts, because
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
so one day,
Yes,
Monday, we will have it on the weekend evening, and one day either on Saturday or Sunday, one of the day we will have it. So one day, so that both the everybody is getting like their whatever option they have given is
We
fulfilled.
can have Saturday, Sunday, Mataji. We can have Saturday, Sunday, both.
Saturday, Sunday, there are some people those who opted for the weekday. So I wanted to give one weekday and one weekend, so that
Okay, ma'am.
at least they also have this. Some people might be busy. So I really need this, could we have Friday and Saturday? Yes, Friday, Saturday is good. Friday, Sunday is good. Whatever.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday is all right. Yeah.
Friday, Saturday is good for us. For me, every day is good actually. I'm just trying to be little seeing how it is convenient for the people. So you can share your in the thought. And Lata, you just keep tracking. See, they're posting in the chat box. So
Yes,
admins, yeah, admins, you try to see that what are the options all the people are giving.
Yeah, it is just because like around 50-60% opted for weekday, only 40 for weekend. That's why we are just going for it.
Yeah. So now Friday, Saturday, I think most of people are saying good. So we are good to go for Friday, Saturday. Is this timing good for you all? 8 to 9 is good for you all?
Yes,
Wonderful.
Mataji.
Yes,
Yes.
Mataji.
Very
Okay.
perfect time. Perfect time.
Okay. Now the second question comes. There are some of you opted for the Hindi classes also, but we found very less number of people as of now are there for Hindi. So those who really want in Hindi, please post in Hindi if they want Hindi. So in the group, there are very less people, those who opted for Hindi. So first class, we are doing it today. And if we have enough number of people in Hindi, then we will have another 2 days. Now Friday, Saturday is booked, so probably Thursday, Sunday, or other 2 days, we will have it in Hindi also. But then I should have some good number of people also. So simply, if you can understand English, then it's okay. To be here only. If you really don't understand English, some people have really, like, they are very, very comfortable in Hindi, then only opt for Hindi classes. Okay. So you also, you can, those who really want to be in Hindi, they can, Lata Sundararajan is an admin, and they can post to Lata in person also in the WhatsApp or in your WhatsApp group or chat box here, that you are really, you cannot understand English, or like you really want it in Hindi. Okay. So with all this note, we are going to start the session today. And so once again, welcome you all for being here.
Mataji, new I have sent you the new with the prayers.
Yeah, I'm just trying to open that. So thank you for giving your time for understanding, reading Bhagavad Gita. And I pray to Krishna that what we read here today, it become useful for you and useful for me also. What I speak become useful. It should be as it is, and it should be useful for you also, so that you can take some messages from here and apply in our life. Bhagavad Gita is an application book. It is just not reading. So we will cover few things from Bhagavad Gita today. And let's see how it goes. So I'll pray to the Lord to give me the intelligence to make my words suitable for everyone, so that whatever I speak should be, as I said, should be useful. It should not be concocted. So we make a prayer. This prayer is there. You can also mutely read the prayer. Many of you must be knowing. Those who are new, they can just hear. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudpada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamshacha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarobhyascha kripa sindhobhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Jai Pataka Swaminiti Namini Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayani Gaura Katha Dhamadaya Nagar Gramatarine Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Mataji, can you make it slideshow? I think you have to enable editing.
I think I made the slideshow from my end.
No, Mataji.
So we are seeing the Bhagavad Gita from the Mahatmya of the Bhagavad Gita first. And this Mahatmya is written by the Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya has given some Mahatmya of the Bhagavad Gita. What is if we read Bhagavad Gita, what happens to us? Has become slideshow now?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes,
Yeah. So it is text 1. Gita Shastramidam Punyam Yah Patet Pratyah Puman Vishnu Padam Avapnoti Bhaya Shokadi Varjitaha. Translation: one who, with a regulated mind, recite with devotion this Bhagavad Gita scripture, which is the bestower of all virtue, will attain to a holy abode such as Vaikuntha. So anybody who reads Bhagavad Gita, Vaikuntha is a place where there is no kuntha. So there is a material world and there is a Vaikuntha where the Lord Vishnu resides. So why it is called Vaikuntha means distress, anxiety. Vaikuntha means where there is no distress and anxiety. So just by reading Bhagavad Gita, he gets the place of Vaikuntha, where the Lord Vishnu resides, which is always free from the mundane quality based on fear and lamentation. So material world, we are living a life with the fear and lamentation all the time. Fear is always there, that we have two things in the material life. We have anxiety to attain something. I should get it. Desire is there to attain. And then once we get it, we have fear of losing it. Oh, I should not lose it. So there are two emotions very prominent in the material world: to attain the things and to fear of losing things. So which is called fear and lamentation. We have fear and lamentation. Always we are lamenting for the something or the other what we have. We don't admire, but what we don't have, we are always lamenting on those things. So this is a general nature of this material world. Every one of us has this quality: fear, lamentation, anxiety. So reading Bhagavad Gita removes these qualities. Then text 2, it says, Gita dhyana shilasya pranayama prayascha naiva santi hi papani purva janma kritani cha. If one reads Bhagavad Gita very sincerely and with all seriousness, then by the grace of the Lord, the reaction of his past misdeeds will not act upon him. So a lot of time we are worried about the reaction of the previous deeds which we have done, which has come in our life like a karma. So many distress in the life comes because we don't know, knowingly, unknowingly, so much karma we have done. Bhagavad Gita deals about the law of karma, which we'll read in Bhagavad Gita when we are reading. So we have to go through all those what we have done in the previous life or in this life. Whatever we have done, we have to go through the reaction of those actions. So when we read the Bhagavad Gita, all our pap karmas, whatever pap karmas we are doing, is also getting reduced. Then he says, Maline mochana pumsam jalasnanam dine dine sakrit gita mritasnanam samsara malanashanam. As ones become free, one may cleanse himself daily by taking a bath in water. But if one takes a bath even once in the sacred Ganges of water of Bhagavad Gita, for him the dirt of material life is altogether vanquished. So if we are dirty in the material life, material world, what do? We go and clean ourselves by taking bath. But that is the cleaning of outside body. Bhagavad Gita will give the knowledge that other than the body, there is also something within us. And we are actually that soul. So how do we clean our soul? How do we clean ourselves? So what is the dirt in the soul? Outside dirt we can see that my body is stinking. It has become dirty. It has we can see that. But inside dirt, how do we see? It comes in the form of lust, greed, anger, enviousness. We are envious of the people. We are always having lusty desires, greed so much. Then all these unwanted desires are there. So that is the dirt in there in the soul. So reading Bhagavad Gita removes those dirt from inside. When we attain the knowledge, with the knowledge only we can attain the perfection. Without knowledge, we are always being like that. But once we read, we get the knowledge slowly. Like once we read Bhagavad Gita, we understand the law of karma. We understand who we are. We understand what is the purpose of life, how the karmas are reacting on me. So automatically our reaction becomes lesser and lesser, because with the knowledge we know that when we start reading Bhagavad Gita, we'll realize this, how do we apply the Bhagavad Gita in our day-to-day life, slowly. Gita sugita kartavya kim anyay. Sorry. Shastra vistarahe ya swayam padma bhahyasya mukha padmam vinihisrita. Because Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one need not read any other Vedic literature. So there are so many Vedic literature given to us. Actually, the Vedic literatures are the manual of the human life. It has given all the instructions are given in Vedic literature. But there are so many Vedic literatures. We have Vedas, we have Puranas, we have Upanishads, we have Itihasas, we have Ramayana, Mahabharata. So many things are there. So anybody who reads Bhagavad Gita, why Bhagavad Gita is very special? Because Bhagavad Gita is a direct word of the Supreme Lord. All the Vedas are also a direct word of the Supreme Lord. Vedas were also the knowledge which was given to the Lord Brahma. In the Bhagavatam, the first shloka, it is Vyasadeva says, Teina Brahma Hridayadi Kavi. Lord has, when the Brahma was created and he did not know what to do. So that time this knowledge was transformed in the heart of Brahma. Nowadays we do the knowledge transfer and we think that we are very advanced. That time when the Brahmaji was the first person created by the Lord, this knowledge of transfer of the knowledge, and at that time, so Krishna had given all the knowledge transfer to Brahmaji. And Brahmaji had 4 faces, and from the 4 faces, the 4 Veda had come. And then there was a Puranas, then there was a Upanishads. All those things Brahmaji has given. So ultimately, this is a knowledge given by the Lord himself. But here, Bhagavad Gita, Lord has directly spoken to Arjuna, directly spoken to the Arjuna. And we will see how Bhagavad Gita is very special in all the Vedic literature further. One need only attentively and regularly hear and read Bhagavad Gita. In the present age, people are so absorbed in mundane activities that it is not possible for them to read all the Vedic literature. But this is not necessary. This one book, Bhagavad Gita, will suffice because it is the essence of all the Vedic literature, and easily, especially because if it is spoken by Supreme Personality of Godhead. So to know the purpose of life, to know why I've taken birth, how the law of karma works, how the system works, how the energy works, how the creation has happened, for all those things, that it is all described in the Vedas and Puranas. So we have to read. So where is the time for reading all those things, and where is the intelligence to understand? Even if reading is not enough, if you read the Rig Veda and Yajur Veda, you'll not even understand what is there in that, because it's not that the Sanskrit, even if it is translated, we will not be able to understand the meaning of it. So it is so vast. So that's the reason Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all the Vedas. We'll read here in this one of the this Gita Mahatmya, Shankaracharya will write. Text 5 में भारतामृता सर्वस्यं विष्णु वक्रताद् विनिश्रितं गीता गंगोदकं पीत्वा पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते. By drinking the Ganges water. Why Gita is compared with the Ganges water? Because Ganges water is also very purifying. Just by taking a dip in the Ganges, their people get reduced, their karma gets reduced, their sin gets vanquished just by taking. That is the power and potency of the Mother Ganges. So just by taking a dip in the Ganga, of course, after coming out, we start committing the sin again. But because Ganga has come from the lotus feet of the water. Where does the Ganga come from? Ganga come from the spiritual world. So, and it is when the Devatas started washing the feet of the Lord, the water came from the spiritual world down. And it was there in the spiritual world actually. Then we all know the story of Bhagirathi, how he brought the Ganga down. The Ganga does not also belong to this material world. So this is actually Charnamrita. Ganga is a Charnamrita. That is why when we go to Ganga, we just don't keep our feet in the water. We first do the Achmani, we first do the Pranam, and then we take offer our obeisances, prayers, and then only we go and take a dip into Ganga, because Ganga is so potent and powerful, because it's like a Charnamrit. So if we have Charnamrit, we don't waste it. We don't let it fall on the water. We don't let it go into like disrespect. So Ganga is so potent to purify, and Bhagavad Gita is compared with Ganga, because Bhagavad Gita also has even more potency than the Ganga. Because Bhagavad Gita is also coming from the Lord himself. The Ganga is coming from the lotus feet of the Lord, and Bhagavad Gita is coming from the lotus mouth of the Lord. It is a word of the instruction given to the Arjuna directly by the Lord. So anybody who reads the Bhagavad Gita will never take rebirth in the material world again. That is what Gita Mahatmya. In other words, by devotionally reciting the Gita, cycle of birth and death is terminated. So in the material world, we are all struggling because we have taken a birth in the impermanent place. We are permanent like a soul, but we have taken a birth in the impermanent place, and we are struggling to be permanent. We are always, our actions are so that we become permanent. So, but it is not possible here, because this word is designed like a ashashvat. It is not a permanent place, but there is a permanent place. And that place has been described also in the Bhagavad Gita in 15th chapter, and other places Lord has described. If you come to my abode, that is permanent. So once we read Bhagavad Gita, understand properly, then we will get out of this cycle of birth and death. And this is the most beautiful shloka, which I like so much. Sarvo Upnishado Gavo Dogdha Gopala Nandanaha Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdam Gita Amritam Mahat Sarva Upanishado Gavo. All the Upanishads are like cow. All the Upanishads are like, there are 108 Upanishads. They are all like cows. And Dogdha Gopala Nandana. Dogdha means the one who is milking that cow is Gopal, the son of the Nanda Baba. So he is the one who is who is a cowman, cowherd boy. He knows how to milk because he is a cowherd boy. So he has milked all those Upanishads. And what milk he has got is like a Gita Upanishad. That is Gita. So after milking all the 108 Upanishads, what the essence has come, it is in the form of Gita, Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna is the calf. Krishna is like a milkman and Arjuna is like a calf. When the calf is standing, the mother cow gives the more milk. We all know that. If you give the calf, you bring the calf, mother gives more, she becomes more happy and gives more milk. And the fortunate devotee of the fine theistic intellect are the drinkers and enjoyers of that milk. So who enjoys that milk which Krishna has churned from all the Upanishads in the form of Bhagavad Gita? Devotees of the Lord. Those who want to hear the pastimes of the Lord. Those who want to hear the instruction of the Lord. Instruction, the shloka of the Bhagavad Gita is the like a milk which is drunk by the devotees of the Lord. So Upanishads are like cows and milkman is Krishna. Arjuna is like a calf who is standing near to receive this knowledge. And after milking the cow, what essence he is getting is in the form of Gita. And who enjoys that milk is all devotees of Krishna. All those who are theistic intellect are drinkers and enjoyer of that milk. And this is also very, very common verse and very, very important. Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam, Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva, Eko Mantras Tasya Namani Yani, Karma Pi Ekam Tasya Devasya Seva. Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam. Let there be only one holy scripture. Sometimes people, those who are not from the Vedic life, they say, oh, in India, you have so many religious books. We have only one book, Bible. We have only one book, Quran. You have so many books. Actually, so many books because our Vedic system is given a way of life. But essence of that is also there. Essence of that is that Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam. It's a Geet. Bhagavad Gita is called as a Geet. Geet, Bhagavad means Bhagwan. Gita means the song sang by the Supreme Lord. So that there be only one Shastra, Devaki Putra Gitam, which is come as a form of Bhagavad Gita. Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva. Let there be only one God. Who is that God? Devaki Putra Eva. Those who are one who is the son of the Devaki. So we have so many God and demigod, and we have no idea who is God. We have like all this, I think will be cleared more and more when we read Bhagavad Gita. But so Shankaracharya is saying that there be only one God, Devaki Putra Eva. Eko mantrasya tasya namani ani. There are hundreds and thousands of mantra in different Vedic literature. He says, let there be only one mantra. And what is that? His name, chanting of his name. Eko mantras tasya namani ani. So if you take the name of the Supreme Lord, that is the only mantra should be there. Karma pi ekam tasya devasya seka. And what activity we have to perform? That particular Supreme Lord service. Karma pi. Karma means whatever service we have to do is to serve the Supreme Lord. So there need be only one holy scripture, the divine Gita sung by Lord Sri Krishna. Only one worshipable Lord, Lord Sri Krishna. Only one mantra, his holy names. And the only one duty, devotional service unto the supreme worshipable Lord, Sri Krishna. And so these are the some shloka coming from the Shankaracharya in the form of Gita Mahatmya. So whatever we are going to read, unless we are the Jiva of Kali Yuga, if somebody says, no, you should read Bhagavad Gita, first thing we'll ask, why we should read? Why it is important for me? I don't consider it as very important. I think my duty is more important. I think I have to do some. People have their own ideas and thoughts and all these things. So that's the reason today we are trying to bring those points that why the Bhagavad Gita is so important for us. So who has read Bhagavad Gita? There are hundreds and thousands of philosophers, the great leaders, they have read Bhagavad Gita and they have given their opinion about Bhagavad Gita. So Gandhiji is one of that. What Gandhiji says, when the doubt haunts me, when the disappointments stare me in the face, and I see not one ray of hope on the horizon, I turn to Bhagavad Gita and I find a verse to comfort me. And I immediately begin to smile in the midst of overwhelming sorrow. Those who meditate on the Gita will derive fresh joy and new meaning from it every day. Gandhiji is worshipped in India so much, called as a Mahatma. And he has given his thought that when there is a distress in my life, I don't look at anything. I don't get disappointed. I just open the book of Bhagavad Gita and read it. And I get a newer joy. I get a fresh new meaning from the Bhagavad Gita. Then there's a great philosopher who is not even from India, Albert Einstein. And he says, when I read the Bhagavad Gita and reflect about how God created this universe, everything else seems to be superfluous. So he also says that Bhagavad Gita is such a potent, powerful scripture. And when we see that all the form of the Lord and how Lord has created this universe, then everything else becomes very, very puny, small in front of that. Then there is another great philosopher. In the morning, I bathe my intellect in the stupendous and cosmogonical philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita, in comparison with which our modern world and its literature seems puny and trivial. So when he says, when he reads Bhagavad Gita and compared with any other literature, there is no match. Bhagavad Gita is like a Ganga, and other like a small pond, like nothing in compared to Ganga, like Bhagavad Gita. So now you must all be, those who are coming, many of you are already connected with us and you have some idea. But this question comes, what is Bhagavad Gita? Why people say read Bhagavad Gita? Why Prabhupada has made so much important for us that everybody should read Bhagavad Gita? This is a month in December, November, you will find in India, devotees are going on the road and distributing Bhagavad Gita on every signal and every road that have Bhagavad Gita, read Bhagavad Gita. Why it is so important? What is there in Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita is the song of God. It is most important Upanishad, Gita Upanishad. Bhagavad Gita is one of the Upanishad, as we read that when all the Upanishad is being churned by the Supreme Lord, then the Upanishad comes, Gita comes in the form of Gita Upanishad. So it is the most important because we have no time to read 108 Upanishad, but essence of all those Upanishad is being given in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. It is essence of all the Vedic literature. Not only this, so not only the Upanishads, all the Vedic literature, in the one of the verse in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Vedeshcha sarvarahameva vede. Purpose of all the Veda is to know me. So essence of all the Vedic literature is being there in the form of Bhagavad Gita. Then, so what is there in Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita contains 18 chapters. There are 700 verses in Bhagavad Gita, 700 shlokas are there in Bhagavad Gita. In that, Lord Krishna spoke almost 574 shlokas. 700 shlokas are there. So we see that maximum part of the Gita is spoken by the Lord Krishna. Some part of the is there as a question which Arjuna asked. Sanjay had given some of the comments Sanjay has given. So we'll see. Then Arjuna spoke about 84 shlokas. And this is all questions. So you can imagine 84 questions has been answered by Krishna in 574 verses. So Krishna was a very patient teacher. Arjuna was a very nice student and he had asked everything what came in his mind. Every small and big question. And Krishna very patiently answered all the questions of Arjuna. Then Sanjay spoke 41 shloka. We know that this Bhagavad Gita was spoken in the battlefield, and in the Hastinapur, Dhritarashtra was a blind person, father of the Kauravas, and he could not participate in the battle. So, but he wanted to know that what is happening. The very first sloka of the Bhagavad Gita says, Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta Yuyutsva, Mamaka Pandavascheva, Kim Akurvat Sanjaya. He asked to Sanjay, hey Sanjay, in that Dharma Bhumi, my son and the son of the Pandu has been gathered there for a battle. What they are doing, what is happening, what did they do? So he was very curious to know what was the happening in the battlefield. So Sanjay was there, given the divine eyes to see what is happening. And here also we see that time it was possible to have that divine eyes. Sitting in one place, he could see that we have a limitations of our vision, that what is happening behind me also I cannot see, because my eyes are in front and we have a limited vision. But Sanjay was given this divine vision to narrate the story to Dhritarashtra. So Sanjay was also in between talking. And then the Dhritarashtra spoke only one shloka. The first shloka of the Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Dhritarashtra. So now we see 700 shloka, 574 Krishna, 84 Arjuna, 41 Sanjay, and 1 Dhritarashtra. Then why we have to read Bhagavad Gita? All those things are there, but why we have to read Bhagavad Gita? Why it is important for us? Because it teaches us about the science of soul. And it teaches us about the difference between the body and soul. So gives us actually the identification, who we are. We do not even know who we are. Can you imagine that? We are living, all of us must be in the middle age, or we have spent so many lifetime, like this thing in this body, so much lifetime. Some of you may be young, some of you may be old, but we do not know who we are. If somebody asks who we are, so I'll give my identification as, oh, I am so and so. But that is the identification of my body. That is not the identification of my real identification, because I am not the body. I am more than the body. So now how it is said that when somebody asks, where is your hand? So we show that this is my hand. This is my hand. Where is your head? When the children are small, we ask these questions, right? Where is your head? This is my head. Where is your nose? This is my nose. Where is your feet? Then he'll tap, this is my feet. Where is your ear? This is my ear. And where are you? I don't know. This is me. No, this is not you. This belongs to you. So who you are? Hand belongs to you, feet belongs to you, eyes belong to you, ear, because you say, this is my ear. So who is that my? That my is our spirit soul, which we are unaware of it. Maybe we are unaware, we do not know in detail. The Bhagavad Gita gives us the teachings about the soul. It gives around 20 shloka in the second chapter. It talks about the description of the soul, how the soul looks, what the size of the soul, where does it reside, and what are the quality of the soul. Everything has been given. And then there's a difference between the body and soul. Very near, Krishna describes very nicely what is the difference between the body and soul. Then it teaches us also about love karma. We are also, the whole material world where we are living. So we know that every action has a reaction, karma is there. So Bhagavad Gita also talks about the law of karma. But Bhagavad Gita also talks about how to perform the duty. Karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, this is also. And how this action, what we are doing, is giving a reaction in our life. So all those things Bhagavad Gita talks about. Bhagavad Gita talks about so many subject matter. We are just, because we have a limited time and unlimited things we are going to understand in the limited time. So we are just trying to bring few things which is very, very useful for us. It also teaches us how to perform our duty in a right manner and become happy naturally. So we are all performing some or the other duty. We may be a student, we may be a teacher, we may be a householder, we may be a any other person, old age person. Everybody has to do some duty in their life too. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, you cannot sit idle even for a moment. Everybody has to keep doing their duty. But how to perform the duty? So this is all very detailed, will be discussed in Bhagavad Gita, because Bhagavad Gita says that when you perform the duty, there is a reaction. So, but it also gives us the art that how do you perform the duty without getting any reaction. So when there is no reaction, only we can live happily. Yeah. So if Bhagavad Gita is so important, then when we have to read Bhagavad Gita, we have to find a very special day. This Kartik Purnima is coming, I'll start Bhagavad Gita reading then. Or when this is coming, very auspicious day, then I will start reading. When we have to read Bhagavad Gita? When we have to start reading Bhagavad Gita? When it is so important? Today. So you are all very, very fortunate, and I'm also very, very fortunate that I got an opportunity to read Bhagavad Gita again with you all. So people think when we become old, Abhi to I'm so busy in my life, Mataji, no time. Life is so hectic. I have to take care of my family. I have to go to office and work for 12 hours there. I have to cook in the house. I am a housewife. I have so many responsibility to perform. Where is the time to read Bhagavad Gita? So when will the general conception is that when I become old, I'll read Bhagavad Gita, because then I'll have enough time. Then my responsibility will get over. Then my all requirement of the life will become lesser. Then I will have enough time, and then probably I'll read Bhagavad Gita. But there are two things in this. So when I'll become like this, wrinkled flower, completely, which is wilting, then I'll become this thing to read Bhagavad Gita. So now I have to tell you one thing. Where was Bhagavad Gita spoken? Bhagavad Gita was spoken into the battlefield, most active place. And Arjuna was the most young person over there. And Arjuna was going to start a war. And there were 18 Akshauhani Sena was waiting from the 11 from the Kaurava side and 8 from the Pandava side. All of them were waiting there to start the battle. And that time Arjuna got this confusion, delusion. And that is the time Krishna did not say, okay, right now you do your duty, come home, I will tell you about all this gyan I'll give you in the evening. Did Krishna say that? Krishna said, stop everything now and listen what I'm saying. The moment Arjuna said that I'm confused about my duty, I don't know what to do, Krishna says, stop everything. All those people, those who were gathered there to read, to do the battle, they all stopped in their place. And this knowledge was given to Arjuna. So he did not ask to wait, when I'll become old. Second thing is there, when the Bhagavad Gita has answered to all my questions, when the 84 question has been asked by Arjuna, so Bhagavad Gita has answered for everything. Bhagavad Gita, we read that it removes our anxiety, it removes our karma. So when is the right time to read? When we are actively involved. All my problems are there in my life right now. As a student, I have so many difficulties. As a householder, I have so many difficulties to deal with my life. As a working person, I have so many difficulties to deal with my people around. Everybody has a different stage of life, different problems. Right now, if I read Bhagavad Gita, I get the solution to my problems. And that is going to help me to lead a happy life, to become happy naturally. All of my life, I tried to remove my problems. And I have no solution, because material life, there is no solution. And then at the end, I read Bhagavad Gita and I put my hand on my head and say, oh my God, I wasted my whole life. I did not do this before. Had I knew about it before, I could have done it before. So then there is only repentance. So when do we read Bhagavad Gita? Prahlad Maharaj says, Kaumara Machre. When you are very young, you have this knowledge, because the problem starts when we are young only. Today, I was saying a small clip of a child, and he was a very small child. Maybe somebody had put the video like that. And he was a very, very small child, maybe 3 or 4 years. And he was studying, he was trying to write something, and he was crying, oh my God, I will die studying only. I will die studying. I'll become old by studying only. My ma is so bad. She always makes me study. I'll just become old just by studying only. So even that stage also I have a problem, because I don't want to study. So from the very beginning, and children have more questions than we have. When we have a program, their children are there and they have very unique, very nice questions. They have so many anxiety in their life. When we read Bhagavad Gita, we get answer to all those questions. And the third thing is there, Bhagavad Gita reading is an offering to Krishna, pleasing to Krishna. What should we offer to Krishna? A wilted flower or the fresh lotus blooming flower? When is the good time to read? When we are young, when we are energetic, when we are full of this thing, then I read Bhagavad Gita, understand it, and try to apply this in our life and become more happy. So this myth, what we have, that I'll become, so many problems are there. So Bhagavad Gita is a solution for the problems. If we are ill and somebody tells you to go to the doctor, you say, no, right now I have so no energy to go. Once I'm okay, only I'll go to the doctor. Because I'm feeling very weak. Okay, I will take you into the car. No, I can't get up. I can't do anything. Let me be there like this. Once I get up, once I become all right, then I'll go to the. What is the point of going to the doctor when you become all right? You need to go to doctor when you're sick. So right now, our condition of the life is like that. We are going through so many miserable life, so many different anxieties, so many different questions are coming in the mind where we are finding answer in different places. But we are not getting any correct answer, which really makes me happy. So this is a time when we read Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is for whom? Is there any caste? Is there any sect? Is there any kind of people? Is the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is an Indian god? People say Krishna is an Indian god. And it is for the Indian people. Bhagavad Gita is only for the Indians. Or some people say, oh, Bhagavad Gita is only for the people, those who are battling in the battlefield. I am a Grihastha. I have so many other things. I don't have to do all this. I don't require the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is for whom? It's for all mankind. Why? Because it gives the knowledge, universal knowledge. It doesn't, Bhagavad Gita, when you read, never talks about any like a, what you call sectarian. It is not a sectarian book. It doesn't talk about any person, any Brahman is there and Kshatriya is there, or Vaishya. It defines the quality of the Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. But it doesn't say you get this by doing this, you do this and you get this. Nothing. Bhagavad Gita is for the mankind, because it is a, Prabhupada says, it's a science book. It teaches the science of the soul. It teaches us the science of the self. It teaches. So it is not a sectarian book. It is for the all mankind. It's a user manual for all humanity at large. Bhagavad Gita is the user manual. Once you have something in your house and you don't have the manual for it, then definitely we are going to spoil it. So Bhagavad Gita is a user manual. We have got a very beautiful human form of the life, but we do not know how to run this life. So I'll tell you one story here. How much time we have? We have maybe 10 minutes more. So there was one farmer, and this farmer was got a lottery, and in the lottery he got a Mercedes Benz, very nice, and very like Mercedes in India, and only it is very hard to people have. And then he got a Mercedes car, but so he took the Mercedes car to his village, but he did not know what is the use of this Mercedes car. So, but he knew that there is a tractor. He had a tractor in the house, and tractor was used to plow the field. So he thought, this, my tractor has a 4-wheel. My tractor looks like has an engine. It is like a machinery. It looks like a car. So I will use this Mercedes car for plowing the field. So he put the Mercedes car and he took into the field and he started trying to plow the field with the Mercedes car, but he could not get any success. And rather, what happened? His car became completely spoiled, because Mercedes is not meant to plow the field. So since he did not know how to use it, he used it wrongly. Now his what happened? His plot was not plowed properly. Then car became completely destroyed, and he became completely frustrated that my work has not been done, my car has become spoiled, and I'm completely frustrated. What do I do? This is our situation. We have got a nice human body. We do not know how to use it. So we are using our car, this body, to get different things in the material world, to become happy. But everywhere we are unsuccessful. And then sometimes we get some success, and then again we don't get success, and then we are so frustrated. We do not know where to look for the happiness. We are just trying to get the happiness from different sources. So sometimes we do one thing and sometimes we do another thing, and sometimes somehow we are trying to become happy in our life. But since we do not know actually how to become happy, We are always frustrated. So when we use the manual properly, when we know that what is this human body for, that is called the Atma Sakshatkar, science of self-realization. Once we know that what is the purpose of my life, how do I use this human form of life to become happy? So all these manuals are, when we use it properly, then only we can become completely happy. So this is a usual manual for all humanity. To everybody, it is not, as it is not for any caste, creed, sect. It is for everyone, because everyone has the same problem. Anybody who has taken a form as a human being has the same problem than the other. There is no difference from whether we are born in India or China or Russia or Pakistan or any European country or any American country. What is the difference? External difference are there, maybe climatic difference are there, but as a person I am same. I eat, everybody eats, everybody sleeps, everybody reproduce the children, and everybody defend themselves. That is the fourth thing everybody is doing. So there is no difference between anybody. So Bhagavad Gita knowledge is for everyone. It's a universal book for all. This book, everybody's library, there has to be Bhagavad Gita. It is a universal book. What is the benefit? Okay, I'll try to read. You are saying so much. What benefit I'll get? We are in the Kali Yuga, material world. What is my how do I get benefit of reading Bhagavad Gita? It brings relief from anxiety, delusion, and distress. Because how do we understand that Bhagavad Gita brings all this for us without reading Bhagavad Gita? So if you have a little bit knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we will come to that actually at the end of this slides, that Bhagavad Gita starts with Arjuna's confusion, anxiety, delusion, distress. It starts from there. That is how the Bhagavad Gita was spoken. There was no reason for Krishna to speak Bhagavad Gita in the battlefield. Because Arjuna was distressed, because he was in anxiety, because he was delusion, Bhagavad Gita was spoken. And at the end, Arjuna was, all his doubts were clear. So it brings relief. It brings peace of mind. Bhagavad Gita has given so many peace formula. You want to become peaceful? This is the way you can become peaceful. You want to become happy? This is the way you become happy. So Bhagavad Gita gives us the solution to our problems. It brings freedom from fear and sorrow. We become free from doubts, hence from confusion. It gives the clarity of the thought. Whichever, I'm telling you, whichever state we are in, where we are a student, householder, working person, retired person, we all have our own confusions in the life. Bhagavad Gita gives the clarity of the thought to us. It brings auspiciousness. Generally, it's a Krishna's word. Bhagavad Gita keeping in the house, even the inauspiciousness gets reduced. It doesn't come because Bhagavad Gita is there. Even it says the Yamaduta will not enter in the house if the Bhagavad Gita is kept in the house. So just by having Bhagavad Gita in the house also, it brings auspiciousness. I don't read, I don't open, I just have Bhagavad Gita. So many people have worship Bhagavad Gita, right? They keep and just worship Bhagavad Gita. That also have some kind of auspiciousness. So this is again the Bhaj Govindam is a very, very famous verse of Adi Shankaracharya, where he says very nice this shloka, Bhagavad Gita kinchidadhita Ganga jala lavakanika pita skardapi yena murari samarcha kriyate tasya yamena charcha. Let a man read but a little from Bhagavad Gita. Kinchid Gita. Kinchid means very little, even one verse ka one word. Even if you read Bhagavad Gita every day. Ganga jala lav kanika pita. Even a little sip of the Ganga jala if we drink every day. And skardapi yena murari samarcha. Little bit if you do some service to the Lord Murari, who is the killer of the Mura demon. Just once, he then have it. So, kriyate tasya yamena charcha. The yam doesn't talk about the person. Yamrajas, everybody, we all are fearful of Yamraja. What will happen? Because everybody is afraid of danda of the Yama. So if we read Bhagavad Gita a little bit, if we drink Ganga Jal a little bit, if we serve Krishna, Murari, Govinda a little bit once in the life also, he then will have no altercation with Yama. Yama will not even go nearby to the person, those who have these things, those who read Bhagavad Gita, those who drink Ganga Jal, those who do service to the Murari. Yamraj will not even, Yamraj has given the instruction to his servants. Don't even go near to those persons. Those who are the devotee of the Lord, those who do all this, don't even touch them. There are a lot of Sankirtan stories. Sankirtan story means people have got Bhagavad Gita in their life and they have, their life has been completely changed. We do the book distribution. We go and go. So many people are in this con. Prabhupada was very, very insisting that we should distribute Bhagavad Gita to everyone as a book and then as a knowledge also. So first we give them as a book and then we give them as a knowledge. So, and so many people have their realization, not only in India, in different part of the world, just by reading Bhagavad Gita once, my life has changed. I was going to commit the suicide and I was finding no vision in my life. And suddenly I saw the Bhagavad Gita in my shelf and I thought, let me read Bhagavad Gita for some time. And I had kept the poison over there to drink after some time. And I was getting the courage to drink the poison. And just by reading Bhagavad Gita, that is the time Krishna gave them intelligence probably. And he read a Bhagavad Gita. And once he read the Bhagavad Gita, because he was not finding it. Why do we do commit suicide? Because we are so frustrated. Mind is so frustrated. We think that there's no meaning to my life. I'm not getting an answer. Everybody is taking advantage of me. And I've been tortured by everyone. So many these kind of thoughts are there. That is the time one person decide that I should commit suicide. I have no meaning and value of my life. Maybe there is no use of me living in the world. So when he started reading Bhagavad Gita, he found some purpose in the life. And their life was saved. So like that, there are hundreds and thousands of stories. Different people have got given how the Bhagavad Gita has changed their life. So can you identify these great devotees of the Lord? Who is this? So he's Adi Shankaracharya. There is Ramanujacharya.
Ramanujacharya.
Yeah, Madhvacharya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All these great devotees have also accepted the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. We have seen that Shankaracharya has given all his Gita Mahatmya and so many importance of reading Bhagavad Gita. The Ramanujacharya Sampradaya also, they have so much teachings of Bhagavad Gita has been taken very sincerely. So all these people, great people also have taken the teaching whom we worship. These are the worshipable people. Ramanujacharya, Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, Lord Chaitanya, all this we were worshipping them. And they have accepted Bhagavad Gita as the book of the knowledge. So now, okay, you are telling me, I have understood Bhagavad Gita has so many things for me. I want to read Bhagavad Gita. From whom we should read Bhagavad Gita? With whom we should read Bhagavad Gita? Can I pick up any book of Bhagavad Gita and read it myself? What do I do? Where do I get? And how we should read Bhagavad Gita? So here the Lord Krishna has given us the process to read Bhagavad Gita. We cannot, like for if you want to become an engineer, sometimes we want that my child should become an engineer. And when he's 6th standard or 8th standard only, we decide, okay, I want you to go in this particular, because mechanical engineering is good in this particular college. You want to be a mechanical engineer, you should go, you should imagine of this college. You should try to achieve this college. Or you want to become a doctor, so you should go to this medicine school. Like that, we have a vision where to get the perfect knowledge. We don't want to send our children here and there anywhere. Okay, you want to become doctor, but you have to become from anywhere. It's okay. And ultimately you have to be doctor. Now it doesn't matter where you are coming and studying from. No, we want to send them the best of the places, because we know that those best of the places will give them the best of the knowledge, and then their life will be successful. So like that, Krishna has given the 4 schools who teaches the Bhagavad Gita in the form of Sampradaya. So Lord Brahma's is Brahma Sampradaya, Shri Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, and Kumar Sampradaya. These are the Acharyas. Madhvacharya, we heard about Ramanujacharya comes from Shri Sampradaya, Vishnu Swami comes from Rudra Sampradaya, and Nimbarkacharya comes from the Kumar Sampradaya. All those devotees, they teaches the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita the way Krishna wants. So this is the school given by the Lord himself. This knowledge has been given by the Lord to these 4 people, and these 4 people have distributed knowledge in their schools now. So we should follow one of this. And Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna says, Evam parampara praptam imam raj rishyo vidusa kale neha mata yogo nashta parantapa. The supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly king absorbed it in that way. So it was given in the disciplic succession. The one who has received the knowledge, then he passed that knowledge on to a next, and then he passed the knowledge on the next. If you go to some famous college, they have the knowledge is being preserved. It is being transferred in the same manner again and again. That is called the disciplic succession. One person received the knowledge and he repeated the same knowledge as it is. But in between, when this chain is broken, Krishna has to come and re-establish this knowledge. So what is the subject matter given in Bhagavad Gita? There are 5 subject matter given in Bhagavad Gita: Prakriti, Kala, Karma, Ishvara, and Jiva. I'm not going into detail this because don't have so much time. So we will discuss these 5 subjects. Prakriti means the modes of material nature: Satogun, Rajogun, Tamogun. All the activity in the material world happens in these 3 modes. The Kala is the time. Material world has the effect of time. Everything is here affected by the Kala. With Krishna is Kala in the form of time. Then Jiva, the one who performs the activity. Then the Ishvara, who is Krishna, who is the controller of all the activities. And the Karma. So under our Karma, in the mode of nature, we work in the presence of Kala. So all these things we read in detail in the when we read Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita from the beginning to the end, what is there in Bhagavad Gita, how Bhagavad Gita started, how Bhagavad Gita came into being. So here in the first chapter, after seeing the enemies, Krishna first, Arjuna says, "Say Neorobhyor Madhye Ratham Sthape Me Achyuta." Hey, Krishna, take my chariot to the in between. I want to see who has all here come to fight with me. And after seeing his relatives and friends, and Arjuna become completely like stressed that how I'm going to fight with these people. And at one point of the time, he says, "Vepatusha sharire me romaharshascha jayate, gandivam samsrate hastat tvakcheva paridahete." So Arjuna, who was the best of the fighter, nobody was as good as Arjuna as he was the best archer. And he, while seeing the little bit like he saw his families, and he got so disturbed that he says, "My Gandiva is slipping from my hand. And my body is trembling. How do I act here? My hair is standing on the end. I'm completely lost. How my skin is burning." All these symptoms are like a person who is very, very distressed. So Arjuna, who was such a great warrior, was in distress by seeing the people. And then he says, "I cannot fight. I cannot fight with them at all." And he just sat down on the chariot and he says, "Arjuna, I cannot, oh Krishna, I cannot fight." So his Bhagavad Gita started from there. Our situation is the same. We are also living in a battlefield. Every day we have this kind of distress in our life. Every day we feel, why do I work? Why do I do this? Why? What is the use of me doing this? Everybody is this. Why I have to go to office? Why I have to work? Why I have to be mother? Why I have to be a son? We all have these questions haunting on us every single day. And Arjuna could not control. How am I able to control myself? So what was there? Then the Bhagavad Gita was spoken. Krishna started talking about Bhagavad Gita. Once Arjuna says, I become your surrender soul. Shishyaste ham shadi maam tuam prapannam. Please instruct me. Tell me what is my duty. Tell me how do I perform. Because Krishna said, I don't accept these words from you. If my son comes tomorrow office and says, I don't want to go to office. It is so much bad there. Everybody is like behind my back and everybody is trying to do bad to me. I don't want to go to office. They say, what you are talking? You are a person, you are 28-year-old. You should go to office. You should now know how to deal with this situation. So we teach them how to deal. Krishna taught Arjuna exactly like that, how to deal with those situations, with those emotions. And at the end, so this is the first chapter, 29 verses. And this is the last chapter, 18 chapter 73. 18 chapter has a 78 verse, I guess. And this is the 73rd verse, at the like close to the end. And Arjuna vacha, Nashto moha smritir labdha tvat prasadan mayachyuta stitosmi gata sandeha karishye vachanam tava. This is a very, very actually famous shloka of Bhagavad Gita also. Nashto moha, all my illusion has gone. Smritir labdha, I regain my consciousness. I regain my knowledge. Because of your mercy, because you gave me this knowledge, I regain my knowledge now. And stitosmi gata sandeha, now I'm completely situated, firm, free from doubt. I have completely situated in my position. I know what is my duty. I know how to perform my duty very well. Karishye vachanam tava. I will do whatever you want me to do, O Krishna. So Arjuna, who was completely distressed, disappointed, anxious, and he was not knowing what to do, by hearing Bhagavad Gita, his vision became completely clear. Arjuna said, "My dear Krishna, O infallible one, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy. I am now firm and free from doubt and prepared to act according to your instructions." So this is what is there in Bhagavad Gita for us. We have this kind of life like Arjuna. And by hearing Bhagavad Gita, we will also stand in the middle of all the problems and know how to deal with my situation, how to deal with my problems. Krishna will give those instructions. Krishna will give those energy to us to deal with everything and become happy. So this is what is Bhagavad Gita. So okay, now I'll read Bhagavad Gita.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. One.
Yes.
Mataji, we are already 9:10. It is India time. So you can check with them, or we can continue to. We can just
This
check.
is only one slide left. I'll just take 5 more minutes. So is that okay? 5 more minutes. This is the last slide. Maybe 2 minutes.
Yes, Mataji, we are.
Okay.
No
So,
worries.
so there are hundreds and thousands of edition of Bhagavad Gita in the market. Now I want to read Bhagavad Gita, Mataji. Which Bhagavad Gita I should read? Where do I pick up the Bhagavad Gita? So many commentaries on Bhagavad Gita has been given. What Bhagavad Gita we should read? So many Bhagavad Gita. When you go to market, buy to Bhagavad Gita. There are so many Bhagavad Gita's edition is there. So we have to see what is the difference. Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Lord for a purpose to Arjuna. But here so many writers have given their commentary based on their own thoughts, what they think about Bhagavad Gita, how do they want to present the Bhagavad Gita. So those Bhagavad Gita is not very useful for us. Which Bhagavad Gita we are going to read? We are going to read Bhagavad Gita as it is given by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So once somebody asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, there are so many editions of Bhagavad Gita. Why? What was the need to write one more Bhagavad Gita? Prabhupada says, because Bhagavad Gita should be taken or accepted as directed by the speaker himself. The mood of the speaker should be preserved in Bhagavad Gita. Not that Bhagavad Gita is telling something and the other Bhagavad Gita speaker is saying something and the commentary, those who have written is they are telling something else to follow. So those Bhagavad Gita is not going to change our life. Those Bhagavad Gitas are not going to make any difference in our consciousness. So why there is need of another version of Bhagavad Gita? Because Prabhupada has preserved the mood of Krishna. When you read Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, you will say every single page Prabhupada will write, Krishna says this, 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 100 times. Because he is trying to give the knowledge as Krishna wanted to give the knowledge to Arjuna. So that was the most important thing in the Bhagavad Gita, and that is the reason we have taken this Bhagavad Gita. So there is some philosopher again, those who are talking about Bhagavad Gita as it is. There is a little question that this edition is one of the best book available on the Gita and devotion. Prabhupada's translation, an ideal blend of literal accuracy and religious insight. So people have given their this thing on Bhagavad Gita. One of the authors has said that I have found this is the closest version of the speaker. So that's the reason Prabhupada gave this Bhagavad Gita name, Bhagavad Gita as it is. As the Krishna is speaking, Prabhupada tried to preserve the mood of Krishna and give the knowledge to us. So this is the reason we are trying to read Bhagavad Gita as it is. The commentary, Bhagavad Gita shlokas are all same in every Bhagavad Gita. Only the translation also is more or less same. But the commentary of the Bhagavad Gita is here given by Srila Prabhupada, which is, so we are going to read this Bhagavad Gita. 1 second. Because Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one did not read any other Vedic literature. One need only attentively and regularly hear and read Bhagavad Gita. This is A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So we will try to read this Bhagavad Gita as it is and try to see that whatever we have discussed will be unfolded to us in every classes. So I hope that I'll see you all again on Sunday. And if you have any comment from your side, any suggestion from your side, you are free to, or any question from your side, we are open for another 5 minutes. And those who
Mataji, Saturday, right? You're
Sorry.
saying Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
Mataji,
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Mataji, when you will start in Hindi?
You all give your this thing to admin in group Hindi, and then we will
Yeah,
start.
already I fill the form because in my house, my mother-in-law is there with me. So for her, I want a Hindi.
I will start. I'll start soon. And we are just collecting those who want in Hindi only, and we are collecting those datas, and then we'll start in Hindi also.
At least we
Okay.
need to have 15 to 20, sir. We are just waiting for that figure. We did not get that much people. So that's why we are just waiting. Hopefully in another 2-3 weeks, we should be able to, because we are circulating the link. Mostly
Yeah.
everybody preferred English.
Yeah. So then we are just waiting for some more people to register so that we can have some good number of people to start Hindi.
Mataji, before that, so everybody is comfortable with Friday and Saturday, I hope. If not, you can just put a comment. If you are okay, no need to put a comment. If you are not comfortable, this 8 to 9 same timing, Friday and Saturday. If it is not comfortable, please put a
Even if we will also again go with the majority. If 1 or 2% have to adjust, I would request please adjust with the timing. Because for 1 or 2% changing the timing will not be easy for us also. And if there are more people, and then we can think about changing. If there are only few people, then please try to adjust with the timing. We have with lot of adjustment. We have come to this schedule and timing and days and everything. So I need your cooperation and help also, please.
Always Mataji.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
again.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Anyone
Thank you,
has
Hare
any
Krishna, Mataji.
questions they can ask.
If there is any question,
Mataji, if we can have the recording of this, also that will be very helpful.
I
YouTube live
Yes,
is there,
definitely,
Prabhu.
Mataji.
YouTube live is there. I'll send you the link.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
I would suggest if you could put the link in the group so that anybody else would like to access can see it. Is that possible?
Yeah, we will do that. We will post the link in the which Lucas somebody wanted to
Mataji,
see.
you have already explained in this session, but I mean, just at the start of it, I just wanted to know that I was of the opinion that is it actually going to beneficial me in this futuristic point of view? Though you have given all the possible options, but I'm looking forward for this session. So it was very nice from at the start of it. I'm looking forward for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I'm surely it is going to help. It has helped us all of us, and it will surely help to everyone. If we read, understand, be little patient, try to hear, be regular, definitely it is going to help. Maybe in between we will take the testimony of the people also once you have 2-3 classes, how it is for you and all. So I'm sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
It's a humble request. Even though if we are going to put the YouTube link, it's better if you join the live classes so that it will be more interactive. If you have any questions, it will be easy.
Yeah.
So please join for regular class.
Yeah, live classes are always good. And because you feel that you are there with so many people and start doing together, and that feeling is very, very nice, and we have more motivation. But if there is sometime we miss because we are engaged with something, then it's fine. You can hear on the YouTube also. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Srishti.
Krishna,
Thank you so much.
Mataji.
So Srishti, again tomorrow you come for Kirtan.
Okay, Mataji. I'll check my timing and I'll definitely make some time.
If you have any difficulty with the timing, then tell me.